Hello students, now with Unit 1 Part 2. Another concept is in front of you. One thing I want to make clear over here. I have solved in previous pages as well. I wanted to tell you I have started a different method to convey my knowledge to you people, and that is I have solved complete page with many examples or questions solved on the page, and its rough work and important formulae are given in rough work or in important point column, which I have made on the right side of the page, so that you people may or can learn very carefully without writing down anything on your copies, because when students are busy in copying some on their copies, they don't listen important explanation of the teachers, and they always miss many points which are very helpful for them in solving other questions of the same type. That is why I am giving you, I have loaded fully solved pages with rough work and important points on the right side of rough column. Please listen to me, try to understand the examples, and then later on you may solve your questions on your own. Okay, is it clear to you? There's no need at all to write down side by side. These are concepts from book 2 for grade 8. This is the syllabus for grade 8, and if they feel any difficulties in their books, they can take help from my notes, because I have given all type of questions, examples, methods, concepts over here for the ease of the students. Okay, you need not to go to any tuition center, or you need not to go to any teacher or academy or anywhere else to waste your time. You will sit at home, just open my video and try to solve your questions on the same line I have explained in my video, because I have left no stone unturned for you people. Okay, now come to question number 1, factorization of quadratic expressions. Now look at quad. I have underlined word quad. Quad means 2. Quadratic expression means expressions involving power 2. Look at expression given in question number 1. It's very obvious. There is power 2 on variable e. Okay, it means, and the rest of 2 terms with same variable and with a constant. This type of an expression is known as quadratic expression. If 7 is missing over here, even then this is quadratic. But right now we are doing this type of quadratic expression, and we are going to factorize it. Factorization is completely reverse of expansion, students. You have done expansions in my previous lectures, in my previous videos. If you watch those videos, you will learn what is expansion, and then you should come to factorization. Factorization is completely reverse to expansion. Okay, what is reverse? Now look up. There in expansion, we have solved factors and got a term like this at the end, if you remember. But now we have taken this term which in expansion we got at the end. Now we are solving this term. This is in the start, this is in the beginning. Now we are solving that term as a quadratic expression for factorization. For factorization of such terms, we break midterm. And to break midterm, we use a rule, sum and product method. You won't get this method in the books, because this is a very important methods in very important books. So I think might be you won't get it in the books. but you can take help from this method all the time and throughout the life. This is a very important method and you will never forget if you got it. Sum and product method. What do you mean by sum and product? Okay, fine. Now I'm going to explain it. Look at this term. I want to factorize it. To factorize this expression, first of all, I will look at the middle term. This is plus 8e. I will look at the sign as well. Plus 8e. Now I want to break 8e, but how? With the help of sum and product method. We will take help from the neighbor number. Neighboring number is 7, which is constant. The constant of this expression is a very helpful number in such questions. We will take help from it and it will help us in breaking this midterm. You cannot break this midterm on your own. If you say we write down 4e plus 4e, so it will be broken. No, that 4e will not give you any factor at the end. So there is a typical rule to break it, and that rule is sum and product. And what is sum and product? Take 7 to rough column and make all possible pairs of 7. Possible pairs means all possible factors of 7. Now make all possible factors of 7 which are 7 into 1 only. This is product of 7. One part of this method, product. Name of this method is sum and product. Now, according to this method, we take product of 7 constant number and use this product. Product means when there is multiplication sign is involved, we say this is product of 7 and 1. When and as well as 7 and 1 are the factors of 7. When we have factors of constant number, we take help from these numbers and this is the appropriate breakdown of the middle term. How? Look up. If I put e with 7 and e with 1 and add them up, I will get 8e. It means 8e can be broken in the form 7e plus 1e. 1 is not necessary to write down. That is why I will pick up this 7e plus e and instead of writing down 8e, I will write down 7e plus 1e. Got it? Suppose I have used another name of 8e and another form or name of 8e is 7e plus 1e because 7e plus 1e also means 8e. So this is appropriate breakdown of 8e to solve such questions. Now in next step, what did I do over here? I took product of 7, appropriate product of 7. With the help of the product of 7, I add up. I took sum of the factors to get or to break 8e. That is why this method is known as sum and product method. With the help of sum and product method, we will always use this thing and we can solve many questions with bigger or smaller terms of any type if expression is a quadratic expression of this kind. When we have such expression in front of us, then sum and product method is a very important method, is a very useful method for the students, and this is very easy to grasp. In the books, there are many things, shields and whatever are given to you in the book, rectangular array and a dot product and cross product and whatever. I don't have any concern with that because students cannot pay attention to many methods, right? If a simple method is in front of you and you can solve all the questions with the help of this method, why shouldn't you go to the hard and rote learner methods? Those methods are just for those students who are rote learners, but mathematics is not for rote learners. This is a thing, this is a subject which we should understand, which we cannot learn. orally, which we cannot do, or we cannot learn it by rote. Mathematics cannot be learned by rote. Okay. Again, I'm sorry, I was out of track because students are doing these mistakes. That is why, for your ease, I am explaining side by side these facts and these problems. Please try to understand. I have broken 8e in 7e plus 1e. 7e plus 1e also means 8e, and this is the appropriate breakage of 8e. Now, in the next step, look at this. I have encircled two pairs of two terms. Now I will encircle pair of two terms like this by keeping the sign out. Plus or minus, whatever sign is over here, I will keep it out. Okay. The third step, in the third step, I will look at these two terms and I will just look what element or what term or what variable is common. What number is common, what variable is common, because this is an expression in E. So look at this term. In both the terms, there is E involved, but the smaller power of E is e raised to power 1. Students, pay attention. In algebra, when we are going to take common, we always look at the variable with the smallest power. The biggest power is 2, the smallest power is 1 in these two terms, which I have encircled. So I will pick up term which is with the smallest power, e. E is common. When e square is over here, then e square means e into e. Look up in the rough column. E square means e raised to power 1 into e raised to power 1, or e into e. It is understood there is power 1 on there, on these e's. 1 is not necessary to write down, but it is understood. Now, if e square means e into e, it means 1 e is present over here, 1 e is present over here. Pick up these two. Out of these two, it means e is common in both the terms, so a common term will be picked up like this. We will bring it out and put a bracket over here and write down the rest of term. When 1e has gone, it means 1e left over, right? So 1e will come over here, plus sign, and e has gone out as a common, 7 will come down. Clear? Plus sign as it is. 1e plus 7, nothing is common in these two terms. When nothing is common, 1e I have shown purposely for your understanding. When there is nothing common, there is only one common. 1 is factor of all the terms in this universe, right? So if 1 is common, write down 1 outside and e plus 7 as it is inside, because nothing is common. So 1 is common, and when 1 is common, there will be no effect on the terms. We will write down the terms as it is. Okay. Now I have put these brackets over here. It means I'm just separating the terms now which are in front of you to for your ease, so that you pay attention what I want to make you learn, what I want to teach you. Here, look up. Just a second, go back. In these two terms, E was common. But if you look at this big term, plus sign, and this big term, again these are two terms, you will see, if you focus, if you pay your full attention, you will see E plus 7 and E plus 7 inside the brackets is exactly the same thing in both the terms, and only E plus 1 left over if we pick up E plus 7 as common throughout. Pick common factor means pick common factor throughout the term. Now, out of this whole term around which I am rotating my arrow, out of this term, pick up E plus 7 as common. What left behind? E over here, E plus 7 has gone out, and plus 1 over here, E plus 7 has gone out as a common. Now look up, what is the form? Factors, brackets around the expressions, linear expression, and brackets around. This is a factorized form. Alhamdulillah, excuse me. This is the factorized form of the given quadratic expression. Remember, in factorized form, there shouldn't be any power involved. It should be linear. There shouldn't be any sign between two brackets. It should be like this, okay, in the form of consecutive brackets. This is known as midterm breaking concept with the help of sum and product rule. What? This is known as midterm breaking concept with the help of sum and product method. Now come to the second, before going to second question, come here. If you don't know, one thing I want to explain to you again, if you don't know how to pick up common number and you get confused that what left behind, you can do like this. This is first term, write down this first term in rough. You are taking e plus 7 common, write down e plus 7 under it. Same factors can cut down. These can cancel, same factors can cancel each other. So what left behind? E. That is why I wrote E over here, and similarly over here I have shown this process in the rough part. Come to question number 2. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well, but I don't want to keep any gap. Don't want to give you, I don't want to waste your time, and I don't need any gap in my lectures so that your work won't be affected. Question number 2, e square plus e minus 2. Now, what is difference? Here we have plus 7 with the constant term. Here we have minus 2. Here we have minus sign with the constant term. A bit different. You can solve all your questions given in the book on the same lines as I am making you understand in my questions or sometimes examples. Now we will take help this friend to constant number by using sum and product method. First, sum and product method. In sum and product method, first of all, we make appropriate pairs of this constant. Come here. What is the appropriate pair of 2? 2 into 1. We make actually factors. But 2 is a very small number and it has only two factors, 2 and 1. This is the help. Product means we make factor of the constant numbers. If we have 6 over here, like 8 in the question number 3, then I will explain it, okay? First of all, question number 2, you will be more clear in the next question. Gradually, I am increasing the terms. Now 2 is over here, and 2 multiplied 1 are its only factors which can help us in the breakdown of plus e. Plus e means plus 1e. 1 is not written over here, but it is understood in mathematics when there is nothing written with the variable, it means there is 1. Okay, when there is nothing written with the starting variable, it means there is plus sign. Plus 1 is written over here. So try to learn these small things which are not very prominent but are very important. Okay, here in previous examples I added up 7 and 1 after putting e means this variable which is with the midterm. We always put this variable with the factors and try to get the components of this 8e separately in an appropriate form, right? But it is not necessary that we always add up. We may subtract as well, like we are doing in question number 2. 2 into 1, if we add up 2 and 1, we will get 3e, but we need plus e, plus 1e. So what will we do? Come here. We will put e with 2 and we will put e with 1, E with 2, E with 1 by E, because E is the middle term variable. So the variable of the middle term will be put with the factors, and we will try to add or subtract to get the middle term. Now look up. If I put plus sign over here and minus sign over here, then plus 2 minus 1, we have done a lot of subtractions and additions before. When we have different signs, we do subtraction. It means 2 minus 1, 2e minus 1e will be plus 1e, plus 1e. Are we getting this term back? Whenever you write this breakdown of middle term, or whenever you write down these components of the middle terms, or whenever you write down this combination of the middle terms, you will try first of all that you will see first of all, are we getting the term back or not? If you are not getting plus 1e back, it means your breaking of midterm or middle term is wrong. Plus 2e minus 1e is giving us plus 1e. It means our breaking of middle term is right with the help of sum and product method. Okay, again the same thing, make pairs, take e common, take the big factor common, and e minus 1 left over here. One thing very important over here, there's a negative sign before 1e. When we take 1 common from these two terms, this is not 1 common, this is minus 1 common, and this minus will change the sign of the factor inside the brackets. This minus will change the sign which is inside the brackets, and this is middle sign of e and 2. In previous step 1e minus 2, there is a minus sign between 1e and 2. But when we take minus sign common, the sign inside the two terms will be changed when we close them inside a bracket and take minus sign common. This sign will be changed. Okay. Now, at the end, the process is same. You will get two factors. Come to question number 3. Here you have a big, relatively, comparatively, a big number, 8. Now again use the rule, write down 8 on rough side and make all appropriate pairs, all suitable pairs of 8. 4 2s are 8, 8 1s are 8. Actually we need 7 minus 7t. I have encircled it. We need minus 7t after adding or subtracting the factors of 8. So which pair you will select? If you select this pair, then 4 plus 2 or 4 plus 2 will be 6 and 4 minus 2 will be 2. You won't get 7. But if you take 8 and 1, this pair, then you can of course get minus 7t like this. Write down t with 8, write down t with 1, write down minus sign with the bigger term and plus sign with the smaller term, because when we do subtraction of the terms with different signs, we write the sign of the bigger term with the answer. So answer of these two terms is minus 7. It means this appropriate pair can be fit at the place of minus 7t. This is the splitting pair of minus 7t. This can replace minus 7t. We need actually a replacement of the middle term. So minus 7t's replacement is minus 8t plus 1t, and this replacement should be in the form of a pair so that we can get 4 terms in the second step and make pairs of two terms to take common. For taking common, we need pairs of two terms in this method. Okay. Now from t to t square minus 8t we will take common, and similarly plus 1t minus 8 we will take common, and it's very common thing you have done before. From these two, t is common, t minus 8 left, plus 1 common, t minus 8 left, and throughout there is t minus 8 common and t plus 1 left out, and these are factors at the end, and we have factorized in 3 questions all the given quadratic expressions. We have factorized very successfully with the help of a very important and useful method known as sum and product. I hope students you have understood everything. If you liked this video, then press like and subscribe to my channel so that you may be notified of our future videos. Thank you very much.